these officers get some kind of twisted, distorted pleasure from beating on other human beings. That is sick.
Hello, critical thinkers. Hope all is well. In this video, I'm going to be going over Sarah Wallace's latest expose on NBC4 New York. In this expose, she uncovers a new beating that occurred at Attica Correctional Facility. The individual who was beaten was Keon Walker. In addition to speaking with Keon Walker, she also speaks to the father of Robert Brooks, who has some very interesting things to say. Stay tuned and watch to the end.
We begin here at 5:30 with an update. An I-Team exclusive. Prison inmates claim they flagged state officials about being beaten by correction officers before the deaths of two inmates at two different facilities.
Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace spoke to the father of Robert Brooks. That's the man whose deadly beating was captured on video, triggered a huge investigation.
There is no rationale that can explain this level of inhumane treatment.
Robert Brooks' son, Robert, died after a beating by officers at Marcy Correctional Facility caught on body cameras in December. After that video went public, inmate Juan Rivas came forward to the I-Team. He was hospitalized for 10 days last October after suffering 5 broken ribs and a punctured lung and reported the incident. Guards claimed in a report he assaulted them.
They was hitting me with the knee, and they was kicking me.
Rivas, who's been told there is no video of his incident, says he thought no one would believe him until the Brooks video surfaced. Investigators say the officers involved in that case did not know the cameras were recording.
One thing I want to add in regards to that, in terms of Juan Rivas saying now people will believe him because now they're seeing actual video evidence of incarcerated individuals being beaten and murdered. Now what you will find is that more and more cases, more and more individuals who have been beaten by correctional officers, they will be more willing to tell their story. And I believe if there's anyone out there who has been beaten by one of these correctional officers, tell your story and get the word out so that people know these correctional officers harmed you.
My son was sentenced to 12 years. He wasn't sentenced to death.
Brooks's devastating video, which resulted in multiple officers facing criminal charges, including murder, also prompted other inmates to come forward, including Chris Giles from.
And just a quick update, those correctional officers who have been indicted on murder and manslaughter charges, they have an upcoming court date this Monday, March 31st. I will be covering that for everyone to see. So this Monday, March 31st, I'm sure myself and other creators will be covering the pre-trial motions that will be occurring.
Midstate. He says he was assaulted on February 28th, one day before Messiah Nantwi died of a suspected beating there. We've confirmed all the incidents are under state investigation.
They just started beating me and beating me.
Giles told us he was not only beaten, but tortured. He says he had suffered third-degree burns after touching a hot metal pipe.
They said, you either have 2 choices. You let us pepper spray you in your third-degree burn, or we're going to kill you and make it look like an accident. Which one do you want?
Almost immediately after our story aired, Giles, now at a different prison for his safety, says he had a visit from state investigators known as OSI.
OSI just came to see you, Chris?
Just came to see me, and my pepper spray shot that they did when they pepper sprayed my burn, they just took it into evidence, and he said that they're building their case now on the officers who assaulted me. You was the big factor right there. You were.
For some.
Just real quickly, I do want to say that the Office of OSI coming to visit Christopher Giles, it is a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, what we have seen from many cases is that OSI investigates and nothing happens to these correction officers because of the union.
Strange reason, these officers get some kind of twisted, distorted pleasure from beating on other human beings. That is sick.
There is one thing I want to add to what the father of Robert Brooks said, is that there is a sick, twisted culture of corruption in the New York State Department of Corrections with correction officers. There is a culture of beatings, a culture of tormenting those incarcerated, and it takes a very sick individual to do these actions. And unfortunately, the culture is there and ripe for this kind of behavior because there are no consequences for their actions. A lot of correction officers, they lie, they cover up the beatings of these incarcerated individuals, and they all cover up for each other. This is why this continues to happen. So now what you have is you have very sick sociopathic individuals working for the Department of Corrections and being hired.
That's savage.
We've confirmed several recent assault claims of other inmates, including 24-year-old Keon Walker at Attica, are being actively probed by state DOC investigators. Walker told us he was assaulted by officers on March 9th, but they say he attacked them.
Did you assault them at all?
Not at all. I was thrown to the floor by maybe 10 or 17 COs. I was kicked, punched. I felt my genital areas being twisted by the staff.
Walker.
Just one quick thing about that. It's very similar to wash, rinse, and repeat. The same pattern we keep on seeing in these brutality cases is that these correctional officers, they put a person to the side to frisk them. They claim that they were assaulted by the incarcerated individual. Then the search team comes, officers beat them down. They say the person is resisting. They beat the crap out of them. They refuse to give them medical treatment. And then to add insult to injury, they throw them in shoe. So this is the pattern that we've been seeing. And this story with Keon Walker is no different.
In prison on a parole violation is scheduled to be released in July. He says he was put in punitive isolation, denied food and running water for days.
They turn the water so you can't use the bathroom, you can't drink. Drink on my toilet a couple of times. I had to take the cups that they get me and scoop out the toilet because I was so thirsty. I got one sheet, no pillow. I got no toothpaste and no toothbrush. And we get treated way better than that.
A corrections spokesman denies that Walker was deprived, adding,
Just one quick thing. This seems to be a pattern. They deny basic necessities to those incarcerated to provide further punishment.
there are system-wide cameras at Attica. It is unclear whether they caught the Walker incident or the two recent ones at Midstate. By the way, a special prosecutor says he will present the Messiah Nantwi case to a grand jury in April. Sarah Wallace, News 4 New York.
There you have it. We have another expose from Sarah Wallace. We definitely want to thank her, and we appreciate her for doing this work and covering this. And we also want to thank not only Sarah Wallace, but the people behind her that help her do research and help her put these video segments together. So thank you, Sarah Wallace, and the staff that you employ to assist you. If you found value in this video, please like the video, comment below. Don't forget to share the video. And if you feel that I've earned it, please subscribe to the channel. My goal is to give you honest and direct feedback and go deeper than what the mainstream media is telling you. Take care, God bless, and see you next time.